Welcome back to this podcast. I'm your host Rahul, and today we have our usual guests with the brilliant insights, Avi and Saktesh.
Hi,
We're
How's it
back.
going, guys?
see you again.
Again.
Yeah,
All good?
all
Yeah.
good. This time you guys are Samirish, I'm feeling cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the opposite here. It's
Yeah.
dual climate zone.
Just a heads up, this isn't my team. I'm just representing because they won.
Disclaimer.
Yeah,
He's
disclaimer.
not an England
But why are you
fan.
wearing it?
Because everyone else in my family supports them, so I'm just like giving them a shot.
Such a sweet
He's blending in like most Liverpool fans. Like he's
Yeah,
just
such a sweet boy.
Right. Okay, so we got a stacked show today, so I think we should just dive right in, right? So we'll start off with, I guess, something that we can't really ignore, the Balogun controversy about the red card and its resignation. I mean, the way they pulled back the suspension, I guess. So how do you guys see this? Like, thoughts on it?
For me, it was appalling.
Yeah.
Appalling because FIFA allowed a government official to interfere into the affairs of the game.
but they said it wasn't not.
FIFA, no, the moment they said it wasn't, then Trump made a statement saying that I called Infantino. And
But
what did he say?
FIFA's initial stance was it wasn't influenced by the call from the president.
Basically, it was.
Obviously.
Yeah,
it's-
basically, it was a sham. It was an unwanted hullabaloo for a tournament that has been really good in terms of the quality of games and so on. And I'm very sure Balogun wouldn't want that kind of highlight on him as well. But credit to him, he carried himself pretty well, even before and after the game.
But didn't it feel like the US team were just distracted by that? Like,
I
feel like
believe so.
They didn't perform to
Yeah,
that level.
I think that was an unwanted distraction, and it showed in their previous game. But for me, it's the man in suits that has to be responsible for what has happened, and it's appalling. Like I said just now, appalling. What about you, Saktesh?
I think at times like this, one of the best comments I saw was, I miss Sepp Blatter. I genuinely miss him. Like Gianni Infantino, I feel this World Cup will be where everyone remembers how quote unquote useless he has shown himself to be. I would say because whether Balogun's was a red card, on field, I don't think it was. Just on field, I felt like it should have been a yellow. But it was a red card. It happened. I can't even think of how many times, so many fouls. Every player has gone through it where they shouldn't have gotten a red card, but they got one. You deal with it.
Yeah.
It's the unfairness, sometimes the unfairness of sport. But what has happened now, it's even more unfair. That's even more unfair. Every player has gone through it. They have to deal with the red card. It happens. Suck it up.
For me, simple rules and sorry to cut you, but rules and regulations are there for a reason. And all these governing bodies, they always want to stick to what is written in the document, right? There is no such thing as loopholes and so on. A rule is a rule. And teams, when before matches, they are not to say instructed, they have been briefed about the sanctions, the suspensions, and all that. In Balogun's case, it was clear: a red card for a violent foul play, and you can't appeal it. Simple as that. As what Saktesh said, I felt personally it wasn't a red card, but a red card has already been given, and the laws have already stated that you can appeal it. How did you allow a government to interfere? And they said that they took this retrospective action based on what they saw. But why that action happened is because somebody would have called you, right?
Yeah.
And that happened. And Trump openly said that, I called Infantino, spoke about it, and he mentioned about, I don't know what a red card is, but I'm the greatest
But
athlete on
he's a
earth and
great
all
athlete.
that.
I feel if Gianni Infantino wants to do some funny business, don't do it with Trump, because that's the worst person to do conspiracy stuff with, because he will literally come the next day and be like, yes, we did it.
One thing about Infantino though, he's a diplomat. With Qatar also he did the
Too
same
much of a
thing.
diplomat, maybe.
Yeah, too much of a diplomat
Yeah.
is one way to put it. But with Trump giving him the peace award, showing the World Cup to him, I mean, that's not what you're supposed to do. Yeah, they're the host nation, I agree. They're going to help you with the logistics, the resources and everything. But football is football. Stick to that. Why are you allowing a government official to call and say, hey, can you take away the red card? Yeah, they're going to argue that, we just suspended the suspension. We didn't revoke it.
It doesn't
But this
make
is
any
all
sense.
just hearsay. I was just written in paper. Now it feels like football. If there's a loophole, people are going to take advantage of it. Simple as that. And it's very disappointing.
But do you think like FIFA had their hands tied? Like, would they have any other choice after he made the call? Like after Trump made the call, I mean.
Of course, FIFA had a choice. Does Trump have FIFA and Gianni at gunpoint?
Yeah.
Honestly, does he have a gunpoint?
No, I don't think so. It's just a phone call.
So like you think they had a different choice? Like
They could have just taken the choice of saying that, hey, we will look into it, but I think we can't change it. Right?
Do you think any advisor in FIFA did not have the common sense to be like, this will be a major backlash to us if we go through with this? Instead of satisfying one party, the whole world is going to go against us, and they still proceeded with it. God damn, FIFA, damn.
For me, I don't know if they were ill-advised or not, but I'm sure they have people who would have advised them. Right? There's a disciplinary committee, there's an appeal committee. What was being done behind the scenes, we do not know. But, thank God Belgium won the game. If not, if US had won the game, it's going to be even more worse.
For the team also. Unfortunately, the team will have
like
to
they
be
were
on
at the
this.
short end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just could. There's nothing they could do about
Your
it.
president's yapping around, and the team is
Correct.
facing the backlash. Which
I pity the players actually, because United States had a really good campaign. Some may argue that it was an easy tournament for them because they have not faced the bigger sides. But that particular game, if this furor did not happen, I think things would have been different. Unwanted, unnecessary destruction.
it definitely went into the camp. It surely got into the players.
Did.
So like, do you think it sets like a going forward? Like people are just going to start like. If you get a red card, they're going to start appealing. It's already going to
It's
happen.
happening
There are
already.
teams appealing.
Yeah,
double
France have
yellows,
appealed. For
which got
Olise,
denied.
which got denied.
Yeah.
Which is like, now, okay, why you denied that?
Yeah.
So
France are
the
through to the
precedent's
next
already been
round.
set, right?
It's
So-
going to be messy because they're going to go to the court of arbitration for sports. There'll be lots of arguments. There'll be now. I think Infantino is not the seat that he's sitting right now. Is not enjoyable at the moment.
No, but he seems to be enjoying it still.
I don't
Today
know.
I am here. Today I am Gianni. That's
You're
it.
watching the Insta videos,
No, that interview of him where he goes, today I am this and that. No, Gianni, you are just, today you are lost.
But yeah, right now, if you ask me in terms of his presidency, many would say it's shaky. It's in a precarious position. But knowing how this election mechanics work, he still feels confident that he's going to be the president because he's got the backing of Asian,
The big-
African.
yeah.
No, not the European nations though.
Oh, not the
UEFA is
European-
away
No,
from
big.
it.
I mean, mostly like Saudi side.
Correct.
That's
So,
where the
yeah,
big money is coming
the big
from.
money is
also.
coming from. So in that sense, I think he will try to shake it off, but then it cannot be shaken off. It has to be unsaid. What US did is government interference, because if you ban, I'm giving an example right now. If you ban Nepal for government interference because the government wants to clean up the association, then what about this?
Hasn't UEFA condemned FIFA's action?
Yeah, they have,
UEFA have already stood up and said, no, this is not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to see it ever happen again, to be honest.
I hope. I don't know why I feel it might happen again.
It's opened the floodgates for it to happen. So we'll see.
So like coming to like FIFA's part in this, like do you think it's a bit hypocritical of them because they have come down on other federations when they're for political interference, right?
Yeah, like I mentioned just now, right?
So
So
like-
it's, they have lots of answering to do.
Hasn't FIFA opened up investigations for racism from Argentina fans towards the streamer iShow Speed?
And also the Senator Amaria from Paraguay, they have already spoken about it. But for me, it's more of diversion tactics, and I do not racism is a no-no. I do not condone it at all. I don't like what happened to Mbappe. I don't like what happened to some of the fans that were called mono by certain Argentinian fans. It is something that should not happen in a field. Football is meant to unify. Football is always the beautiful game, and to be tainted by episodes of such, it should not even happen at all. We have been subjected to racism before during our school days and all that, but we are here right now. We are moving forward, and I hope those who have been at the receiving end of it, I wouldn't say move forward, but show why you're there. Show why the world loves you. Show why you're the best footballer in the world. Simple as that. That's one way to shut these fellas up.
Yeah, I just want Mbappe to win, honestly, at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Just to,
I love that video of like everyone's just going at him and he's just smiling and just going.
yeah.
Oh, that game was physical, man,
Yeah.
against Paraguay. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the football. Like
Finally.
that's what we love about this, right? Like,
Yeah.
all right. So there's plenty to talk about. Let's start with probably the most hyped game so far in the previous round. There was a lot said about the Azteca and how it's a fortress, the altitude.
No
how
wonder
the-
you're wearing an
they're
England
gonna
jersey,
cope.
huh?
I mean, I'm not a fan. I already showed you.
That's what they say.
So like,
Maybe
was it
it's
the
just
best game of the
rubbing it in
tournament?
again. For me personally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It was one of the game. My brother even texted me. He had to go to work, and he's like, "I wish I took MC." And I'm like, "I wish you did," because I was at home enjoying that game. It was a proper good atmosphere. Was crazy.
I was watching it I was in immigration, so I had to silence the phone and watch the game, and I was like literally like, oh my god, and I was like, oh no, I'm in this office and all that. But it was a spectacle. It was an amazing game. I mean, credit to England, the way they defended was brilliant.
It was an amazing game. It was
Amazing.
a fantastic game afterwards. I've lost my voice. I'm Harry Kane.
Yeah, the Sesame Street. That was funny as well.
It was so good.
And I like the way you mentioned Jordan Henderson is when I was like, no, he fractured his wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The England fans can't catch a break. Even at their highest highs, you get a result where Kane becomes the squeaking voice, and then Jordan Henderson
Fractures his
broke. I mean,
Yeah.
fractures his arm or wrist.
It had to be eventful, I guess.
I was like, can these fans get a break, please?
And now they would be talking about who is going to be the right back. We don't have Kwanzaa and all that. I mean, they can't catch a break. But
I mean,
at the end of the day, one of the best away matches for them. I'm sorry, you were saying?
No, but like, was it a surprise for you? Like, did you think England were going to like struggle, or was it like more of the same?
I was surprised how much they struggled to sort of get. I thought it was going to be not say a much more straightforward game, but pleasantly surprised at how the fight that Mexico gave. Barring the last maybe 10 minutes, they kind of were a bit too, I think pressure was on. They were just trying their best to shoot as much as they can. But up to that point, it was a pleasant surprise watching Mexico play. I loved the atmosphere. Because when England scores, there's music playing, but when Mexico scores, it's the mariachi band music playing. I was like, that would have been a game I wish I was at for the World Cup.
For me, it was tactics. I think Tuchel got it spot on. Like allowing the Mexicans to play and then absorbing the attacks and then going to get their goals via counter attacks. And I think he did that very well. Even when Kwanzaa was sent off, I was telling that, oh my god, the Mexicans will now pile on the pressure, but they absorbed it so well. They brought on Danburn, they brought on Stones to stabilize the defense, and even the midfielders were working really hard to deny the chances. The one guy that really piqued my attention was Ezri Konsa. It was an amazing game from him. Jordan Pickford was having fun, jumping around, punching the balls and everything. It showed heart, it showed character, and I think that's what England fans want at the end of the day from their sides.
Because even going in, the big talk was the altitude, which, I mean, give it to English media journalists to hype up everything to a 10 to 11. They were like talking the elevation is so drastic.
But I had a feeling the English camp was not bothered by it.
I don't think the team was, but for them
It was the noise outside.
to really show the physicality in the game, I think that was like, okay, the fans needed to see that.
Correct.
They needed to see you guys fight it all out. And then with Kane's cute voice at the end, I'm like, that's proof that you guys really went all out. Henderson clearly showed he went all out with the celebrations.
I wish him speedy recovery.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Tuchel, like that's what he does, right? Like like knockout stages, that's where he shines basically.
Yeah, he looked relatively calm.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, he was calm.
He was calm
throughout.
So like from one giant that went through, we'll go to a giant that's fallen. So are your beloved Brazil are out?
Oh, not my beloved but I
mean,
predicted them to win the tournament
So they're out. So how do you see it? Like what happened there?
I think for me in Brazil's case, one can say they were unlucky because there are a lot of chances. They missed the penalty.
Keep going.
They missed the penalty and
That's what defenders feel when Haaland's running at them.
And Carlo Ancelotti got his tactics a bit wrong. Like he took off Gabriel Martinelli as a number 8. He was doing very well, but no way, credit to them. They absorbed and decided that hey, Haaland do something, and he did something with those 2 beautiful goals. So yeah, I think they'll go all the way, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it was a treat to watch that match though, because Brazil played a very fun game. But it was Haaland is. I think everyone is sort of at that stage of this dude is something else. Kind of want to see how far they can go, but
they'll be facing a tough English team.
Yeah, I think a very well stacked English team as well.
Correct, and it will be for me. I believe it will be end to end, and both sides will go all out.
And I think with England, it's a lot of players who are very used to Haaland. Not say a lot of players, but some players who know Haaland-ish.
Stones was his teammate.
I mean, Gabriel knew him pretty well, but you saw what happened there.
True.
Well, the thing is, Gabriel had a good game, but those 2 moments, that one moment would define how he performed. But actually, that was not how he's supposed. I'm a defender. I love defenders, so I feel bad when those kind of moments happen. But that's how the game is, and I'm sure he'll bounce back. He'll learn from it. And for England, I guess they know that with Haaland, it's not total concentration. It's more like we have to keep an eye on him. Even when he slacks, there will be one moment where he suddenly comes and say, "Hey." I think
the header was it. He was just casually walking.
Yeah, like
you watched the highlight.
Did you watch the second goal?
Yeah. He didn't. I didn't think I was going to shoot.
You know, when he was moving like that, I was thinking, what the hell is he doing? I'm sorry for the language, but the way he took the shot, it was so nonchalant.
Yeah, it was just a moment I was like, okay, he has the ball. And then it's like, oh, it's a goal.
It's a goal.
It's a goal. He looked like he was like, oh, look.
Oh,
he went in.
I scored.
Yeah.
That kind of feeling, yeah.
But you feel for Brazil though, for... Yeah, it definitely was a hard one for Brazil.
I look forward to the next cycle because Ancelotti has said that he's going to make a lot of changes. So you will not be seeing the veterans like Neymar, Casemiro, Alisson, a few other players, Danilo, who I thought had a poor game that day. So yeah, interesting to see how he's going to chart their future. But they've got really good talents like Endrick, Ryan, players who are going to enter their peak like Danilo, a few other players lah.
I think the other unfortunate thing and in some ways unfair for the all Brazil team post the early 2000s is they're always going to be compared to that team.
Yeah.
So even like Casemiro in his one interview, he said we will be the generation that didn't win the World Cup.
Oh, he looks so emotional.
I don't think it's even it's fair to even do that because that was Samba football was then. Maybe it's a hot take for me to say this, but it's unfair to still expect Samba football from different group of players.
Correct.
Those excelled for Samba. Maybe these guys will excel in something else, but it's a bit too late to find out now.
Because football is always evolving, and I think in Brazil's case also, I feel like they should stick to what is best for them. I think the Samba football still has to be there. It has to be there, and I think
it's the identity of
that country, and I hope the domestic based players will start shining. That's my hope lah.
I just want to circle back to Haaland because it's his debut World Cup and he's got 7 goals now, and he's got it in the least amount of games, I think, because he was benched against France, right?
Yeah.
So he's got it in 4 games. So is he the best striker in the world at the moment?
100%. I'm not going to say anything else. 100% is the best striker.
Explosive striker.
Yeah.
So can he bring Norway further on, or is it England's going to be the last one?
I'll let you predict that first.
I think Norway's team has a lot of good players, but how to say, I would hard against England. It's going to be very tough against England, but he needs less than 5 seconds. That's the dangerous part with Haaland.
Yeah, because to be fair, England have been conceding goals. They've not
very
keeping
true.
much.
That's why I say it's going to be an open affair because both teams will be confident they'll play the best football.
Haaland in the air is like Zlatan. He will do backwards kicks, weird kicks. I think in Brazil game he had a few chances where it was weird looking kicks that I hope England are not caught off guard with because that explosiveness is dangerous.
It's moments that can undo you, and I think England, right, like I mentioned just now, against Mexico, they were fairly focused. This game is more like watching these players like a hawk, that kind of thing.
I just hope the Norwegian team can support Haaland when he needs to be, but it's also up to how much England's defense can hold the rest of Norwegian side, because they're big players.
Yeah, they're tall, they're big, yeah, they're huge. English players as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Leaner though, I would say, if you compare.
Maybe in terms of stamina, maybe Norway might
I mean,
do well.
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Norway are Vikings, right? All right, so let's move on to the other games then in the quarterfinals. We have Morocco, France, Spain, Belgium, Argentina, Switzerland. What are your thoughts on that, and who do you think is going to go through?
I'll keep it very simple. Morocco, France, I want France to win, and I think they are the favourites with the attacking arsenal that they have at the moment. And they also have top defenders there as well, Upamecano and Saliba. Magic Mike is also looking good, Mike Magnon. And then what's the other game? Argentina versus Switzerland.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I would say Switzerland will be defensive and Argentina will be attacking all the time, and Switzerland will rely on their counters to kill the Argentinians, and I believe that can happen because Argentina in the last 2 knockout games that we have watched, they have lapses of concentration. That's very obvious, and I think teams will realize that now. They'll choose to kill that. But you also have that magician you have a magician called Lionel Messi that's capable of doing wonders. The last game, can see he was emotionally invested in the game, and after that he really went all out with his emotions, because it's tough. This kind of games, it can really balk you in terms of mental fatigue and so on. So, but I still see him doing very well. And
But I think additional pressure that the Argentinian team are going to face is the off-field on-field stuff that's led to off-field issues.
Because people are saying that in the previous game against Egypt, they got lots of favourable calls. I'm not going to talk about the dispute about the Salah fall and all that. No, I'm way past that because they are right. The referee's decision was right. But it's more of players elbowing each other, the off-field,
there were
off-ball tackles and all that. I felt like the Egyptians were getting more faults than the Argentinians, and I think that's not right. That's not fair. I was really disappointed with the referee because you should be balanced. And
there
I think
wasn't consistency in that.
Yeah, in this whole tournament we are talking about, the thing that we are pressing on is not about whether you're favouring this team, the team. No. It's the responsibility of the officials and also those governing the game to ensure that decisions are consistent.
Yeah. I think we've watched so many football matches. Like you see, when a referee is being stern with one side, it usually happens with both.
Yeah.
When there's a clear challenge, the referee gives it, but the other team is protesting. Yeah. And when it happens to the other side, when it's 50-50, the referee will still give it because it's kind of like, I gave it there, I'm going to give it here now. That's how then you see that, okay, that's fine. But this was a lot of moments where you see it happen. I turn away from the screen thinking it's going to be a foul, and I turn back like, play on.
And even if a foul is given, no yellow card. Like the Romero challenge on Salah or one of the Egyptian players, I was like, man, that is a yellow, and nothing was given.
It's not the players, not the Argentinian players directly involved in it.
It's the officials.
It's unfortunate for them because now the next game, any decision that seems a little fishy is going to be a big catch for anyone that
scrutiny will be higher.
Yeah. Which will understandably it will happen. Yeah.
So do you think all the big names will go through, or will there be any upsets? Because in the last round, I think most of the big names actually went through, right? It was only Brazil and Colombia, I guess.
Just for drama's sake, I really want Switzerland to win. And Norway, actually.
To be honest with you, I'm a big fan of Messi. For me, like I alluded in the past, he's the greatest of all time. But maybe a surprise is needed. Maybe it's also a reset for Argentina as well to say that we can't just rely on this magician that we have. It's time to move on. And I hope Switzerland can show a lesson at some point. But Argentina with Messi, I don't know lah. Messi is just, I don't know what's lah.
Yeah. But they've shown that it can go.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah, you can beat them.
Yeah.
I mean, in a one-off match, anything can happen, right? So, in terms of game quality, though, what have you all learned or noticed during the tournament? Anything that stands out to you in terms of tactics or... Let's keep the off-the-field stuff out of the way.
Let's focus on the football. Yeah. I think smaller teams having that bravery to take on the best players, when Egypt took on Argentina, I was really impressed with their right winger, Hossein Hassan. I actually had a friend who actually told me he looks like a Malaysian player that used to play for Perak and all that, and he kept mentioning about it, and I was like, no, I can't shake it off from my head. But I mean, Hassan was really good with his dribbling and all that. He was really direct, like he really wanted things to go faster. There was one example, the Cabo Verde Sydney Capral's goal. Oh my god,
That was a very good goal.
very good goal. So you have players that you do not know who are showing that we can mix it with the big players and all that. So it's nice watching these talents, turning up during matches. And I've also enjoyed the defensive aspect of games as well, how players keep their shape, the tackling and all that. And also we learn about South American football, how rough they can be, Paraguayans and Argentinians, and that to me I guess it's gamesmanship, but sometimes you feel like referees have to be, again I have to go off field. I mean, referees have to cut that out lah. But you learn a lot of game styles, tactics and everything, and I've enjoyed the tournament so far. For me personally, barring any kind of controversy, this could be one of the best editions I've watched. Yeah,
I think it's just increase of number of games is one, and that also sees a lot more stats, teams fatigue and all that comes into play. But after so many group stage matches, and then round of 32, 16, it's amazing how the players are still playing.
Yeah,
and you add on like elevation change, like teams who had to play through all that, and probably one of the best World Cups to watch, but one of the more difficult one to digest. That's my take on it. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Some things are not. Some things
just once the final whistle goes, it's a bit. All the other news keeps coming in.
I feel like after, we still have another few games to go.
Yeah.
There will be a lot that I will remember, but I think a lot of people will remember some issues that we have talked about today.
I guess it's also on us because social media is like an echo chamber. You keep watching the same thing all over again and again and again, and that will actually impact you. You start thinking about it. You start talking about it. Maybe if we watch games on our own and do our own assessment, then we will be like, that's just chatter. We just focus on what's the best part. And I think people need to realize that, because I feel like everybody is so enamored with what is happening on social media, sharing all the reels, all the YouTube shorts or whatsoever. We also need to see what is right and what is wrong. We have to be sensible and rational as well.
Well said. And I guess just to round it off now, predictions. Are we, since Brazil out, you changing your prediction now?
It's still France for me.
Yes, sir, France?
I still have to change. I have to change, but I have no other choice. I think right now the favourites are France.
Are you going with them?
I want a France-Norway final.
Wow.
That's what I want to see. I want to see that. But it's either that or it might be a France-Argentina final.
Actually, you know what? I don't want to make any predictions as well because it's unpredictable. Okay, for the sake of predicting, I think I'll go with France as well.
Yeah, just on paper, it's hard to not.
But you never know because Spain is a good side as well. Argentina also can surprise.
True.
It's open. England also now suddenly having confidence.
Switzerland, the all you know.
Switzerland, yeah. All you know, yeah. Anyone, it can be anyone's title.
Switzerland, Norway semi-final. Who knows?
Oh, that would be epic.
Yeah.
So let's just hope for things to go that way and for less controversies this time.
Norway and Switzerland, is it?
I don't mind that. I told you, it's not my
Norway,
team.
Switzerland semi-final. Maybe semi-final if they meet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want France to win. Just putting it out there. France.
Who do you support, France?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any English person sees him saying that while wearing that, that's a crime.
That's a crime. That's a crime.
All right, so I guess that's a wrap on this week's episode of the Sportcast. Big thanks to Avi and Saktesh for the insight as always. Quarterfinals are coming. We've got a lot more to cover. Have fun, watch the games, and try to be positive. And we'll catch you next time.